Nirav Modi's final legal defeat. Will the true secret of the PNB scam now open in an Indian court? Behind the cold walls of a London prison, a name has been locked away for many years. Once connected to the sparkle of the diamond world, this name today is trapped in extradition papers, court orders, and bank scam files. There was a time when Nirav Modi's showrooms in the world's major cities told a story of luxury, glamour, and success. But now, that same story has ground to a halt at a scary question. The fear is that if an accused of thousands of crores can stay away from the law for years, how weak can the common man's trust in the banking system become? And the curiosity is whether, after losing his last legal battle in Europe, Nirav Modi will truly be brought back to India now, or if there is still some hidden twist left in the story. This is not just the story of a businessman. This is a story of bank guarantees, international courts, diplomatic assurances, a prison barrack, and the trust upon which the entire financial system runs. Nirav Modi was once counted among India's most famous diamond businessmen. His brand was connected with Bollywood celebrities, red carpet events, and international boutiques. His image in the luxury world was crafted as if success comes only from talent, taste, and ambition. But in 2018, this image suddenly began to shatter. Punjab National Bank disclosed a massive fraud. Allegations were made that unauthorized letters of undertaking, meaning LOUs, were issued from a Mumbai branch. Understand it in simple language, an LOU is a document like a type of bank guarantee. On its basis, credit can be obtained from foreign branches. The allegation was that such documents were issued without proper approval and necessary entries, through which overseas credit was raised. This very matter became included among India's major banking scams. The CBI and ED started an investigation against Nirav Modi, his business network, and related companies. The CBI was looking into fraud and conspiracy, while the ED was working on the money laundering angle. One thing is important to understand clearly here. There are serious allegations against Nirav Modi, but the criminal trial in India is yet to be completed. Proving guilt in a court is a separate legal stage. When the matter came to light, Nirav Modi was not in India. This very point changes this case from just a banking fraud into an international extradition battle. India sought his extradition from the UK, meaning a request was made to Britain to send the accused to India so that he could face the court and investigation process here. In March 2019, Nirav Modi was arrested in London. After that, he remained in custody at London's Wandsworth prison and continued his legal battle from there. The basic argument of his legal strategy remained that if sent to India, he might face unfair treatment, health risks, or human rights issues. This argument is very important in extradition cases. Any country looks at prison conditions, trial fairness, and safety assurances before sending a person. In 2021, the Westminster Magistrates Court approved moving India's request forward. Following this, the UK Home Secretary approved the extradition order. But the signing of the order did not mean that Nirav Modi would immediately come to India. Roads remained open for him to place arguments on appeals, legal challenges, and human rights grounds. In 2022, the UK High Court dismissed his appeal. The court considered the assurances given by India to be important, which included commitments related to jail conditions and medical treatment. Crucial among these assurances was the mention that he would be kept in Mumbai's Arthur Road jail and provided with necessary medical care. Even then, the matter did not end. Nirav Modi tried legal options like bail and reopening at different stages, but he did not get continuous relief from the UK courts. In March 2026, he tried to have the extradition proceedings reopened. The argument was that there could be a real risk of torture or ill treatment if sent to India. The UK High Court rejected this plea as well. The court accepted that India's diplomatic assurances are comprehensive, detailed, and reliable. This ruling was a big blow to Nirav Modi. But he played his final card in Europe and knocked on the door of the European Court of Human Rights, meaning the ECHR. The ECHR is no ordinary appeal court. It examines whether or not there is a real risk of the rights under the European Convention on Human Rights being violated. In April 2026, his ECHR petition was kept confidential. Because of this, the public could not get the exact details for a long time. Now, according to reports, Nirav Modi did not get relief from the ECHR either, meaning the last major legal barrier stopping his extradition also appears to be removed. But understand the most important nuance here. The legal path being clear and bringing someone to India by putting them on an actual plane are not the same thing. Now, steps like administrative procedures, security coordination, travel arrangements, and the handover process between UK-India authorities will have to be completed. Therefore, "will come to India soon" can be written in a headline, but to speak in a responsible way, it must be said that the legal hurdle has been removed and the physical extradition is now in an administrative phase. Nirav Modi's case is also sensitive for India because it is not just about the arrest of one individual, but is tied to the credibility of bringing back economic offenders. When a big businessman takes bank money and hides abroad, the loss is not seen only on the bank balance sheet. The loss is also seen in public trust. In a public sector bank like PNB, the savings of ordinary people, the confidence of taxpayers, and banking discipline are all connected. Therefore, the impact of such a scam goes into the psychology of the financial system. If such a fraud happens, the question arises as to where the internal checks were, how officers gave permission, and how loopholes in the system remained hidden for so long. This is the reason why in the Nirav Modi case, not just the accused businessmen but bank officials, related companies, and the investigation of the entire process have also been important. The name of 𝐮𝐻𝐚𝐭𝐞𝐬 also connects to this case, who is Nirav Modi's uncle and is facing a separate legal battle over allegations related to the PNB fraud. Both cases delivered a big message in India that a financial crime can no longer be considered just an accounting mistake. It can become a national-level trust crisis. The ED took separate actions regarding the proceeds of crime, assets, jewelry, properties, and related financial trails. In such cases, asset recovery is just as difficult as extradition. Because money does not just sit straight in one account. It can move around between companies, shell entities, foreign jurisdictions, luxury assets, and legal structures. That is why in economic offense cases, the investigation is not just police work. It takes banking records, international cooperation, forensic accounting, and court orders all together. Another legal trouble for Nirav Modi came to light in June 2026. A London court ruled against him in a civil recovery matter connected to the Bank of India. In this case, the court said that under a personal guarantee, he is liable to the Bank of India for an amount exceeding $11.5 million regarding a loan connected to Firestar Diamond 𝐿ZE. But the Bank of India matter is a civil recovery claim separate from the criminal case of the PNB fraud. In this, the court did not give a finding on the wider PNB allegations. Meaning, on one hand, Nirav Modi is under the pressure of criminal extradition. On the other hand, separate banking recovery claims are also chasing him. A business empire that was once identified by diamonds, boutiques, and luxury clients has now become a story of court judgments, seized assets, and unpaid guarantees. This is the biggest irony of this case. The diamond business runs on trust, and the banking system also runs on trust. But the alleged fraud damaged both trusts. Laws like the Fugitive Economic Offenders Act came into greater discussion in India against this very background. The purpose was that an accused of an economic crime should not stay away from Indian courts by residing abroad. If the accused does not return, attempts are made to bring them before the judicial process through asset confiscation and legal pressure. But extradition is not always easy. Every country decides according to its own laws, human rights standards, and court scrutiny. The UK courts repeatedly examined the Indian assurances in the Nirav Modi case. Points like jail conditions, medical care, and trial attendance were looked at in detail. One thing becomes clear from these arguments. In international law, mere allegations are not enough. Rather, the requesting country has to provide assurance that the rights of the accused will be protected. This was a diplomatic challenge for India as well. If the assurances appeared weak, the extradition could be delayed or fail. But the key rulings of the UK court stated that India's assurances are sufficient. This is what gradually weakened Nirav Modi's legal defense. Now the question is, what will happen after coming to India? If the extradition is completed, Nirav Modi will be produced before the courts in India. The trial process will run there, charges will be examined, evidence will be placed, witnesses will come, and the defense will get an opportunity to present its side. Public emotion may say that he should be punished immediately. But in a legal system, conviction happens through evidence and due process, not just emotion. This is the real test of the rule of law, that even a big accused gets a fair trial, but they cannot run away from the trial either. The possible return of Nirav Modi will be symbolic, because it will send a message that going abroad is not a permanent escape. But India will have to move beyond just bringing back fugitives. The real reform must happen in banking controls, internal audits, accountability, and early warning systems. The PNB fraud taught that along with trust, technology controls are also necessary in banking. Systems like SWIFT messaging, core banking entries, and internal verification must sync properly. Every guarantee, every credit line, and every overseas exposure must show up in transparent records. Because even a small bypass can become a blow of thousands of crores. In this story, the ordinary depositor is the most silent character. They keep their money in the bank and trust that the system will protect their money. When massive frauds come to light, the common man thinks that if such big people can escape, then who is the law for? Therefore, Nirav Modi's extradition will not just be a courtroom event. It will also be a major psychological moment for public confidence.
If this video has taught you something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you, because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible, but in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.